Hello and welcome to the Drishti IAS today's GK program. Let's begin with the previous day question. And the question was, Padari tribe was recently seen in the news. It is associated with which of the following states or union territories? And the options were Andaman and Nicobar, Odisha, Telangana or Jammu and Kashmir. So the answer was option D, Jammu and Kashmir. Let's see its explanation. Recently, the government has brought a bill to include 4 communities in the list of scheduled tribes or STs in Jammu and Kashmir: Gadda Brahmin, Koli, Padari tribe and Pahari ethnic group. Padari tribe live in the remote Padar area of the hilly Kishtwar district. Spread over 2 tehsils, the Padari homeland borders Zanskar, Ladakh in the north and the east, Pangi in Himachal Pradesh in the south, and the rest of Jammu and Kashmir in the west. The 2011 census recorded the Padari population at 21,548, comprising 83.6% Hindus, 9.5% Buddhists, and 6.8% Muslims. The people of the area, including those who have come from elsewhere to settle there, speak the Padari language. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Okay, now let's start today's session. And the first question is, Rohini Commission was recently in the news. It is associated with sexual harassment, categorization of OBCs, child labor or electoral laws. And the correct answer is option B, categorization of OBCs. Recently, Rohini panel submits long-awaited report on subcategorization of other backward castes. The 4-member commission headed by Justice G. Rohini, a retired Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, was appointed on October 2, 2017 and received as many as 13 extensions to its tenure. The commission was asked to examine the extent to which reservation and other benefits for OBCs are concentrated among some dominant caste groups. The commission was then tasked with suggesting a breakup of the over 2,600 caste groups in the central OBC list so that these benefits could be equitably redistributed. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Sometimes seen in the news, the Gender Inclusion Fund is an initiative of which of the following ministries? Ministry of Education, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Ministry of Women and Child Development, or Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And the correct answer is option A, Ministry of Education. Recently, the Minister of State for Education provided the information on the Gender Inclusion Fund in a written reply in the Lok Sabha. The National Education Policy or NEP 2020 provides for setting up a Gender Inclusion Fund, that is GIF, especially for girls and transgender students. It aims to build the nation's capacity to provide equitable quality education for all girls as well as transgender students. The objectives of NEP for equitable and quality education for girl children are being met through specific provisions under Samagra Shiksha 2.0 by allocating dedicated resources for socio-economically disadvantaged groups. In addition, NEP prescribes to approach gender as a cross-cutting priority to achieve gender equality in education with the partnership of states and local community organizations. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question. Sometimes seen in the news, the exercise Yudh Abhyas is related to which of the following? India and Sri Lanka, India and Bangladesh, USA and India, or USA and Nepal? And the right answer is option C, USA and India. Recently, the Indo-US Joint Training Exercise Yudh Abhyas was seen in the news. The soldiers from the Maratha Light Infantry Regiment of the Indian Army will take part in this 14-day long exercise. This marks the 19th edition of the Indo-US Joint Training Exercise Yudh Abhyas. The training schedule focuses on the employment of an integrated battle group under Chapter 7 of the UN Mandate. The schedule will include all operations related to peacekeeping and peace enforcement. The troops from both nations will work together to achieve common objectives. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question. In the context of Indian biodiversity, what is the IUCN status of Himalayan vulture? Least concern, near threatened, vulnerable, or endangered? And the answer is option B, near threatened. Recently, India witnessed its first captive breeding success story of the Himalayan vultures inside the Assam State Zoo in Guwahati. The captive breeding was a joint project undertaken by the Bombay Natural History Society or BNHS and the Assam Forest Department and was carried out with the help of Assam State Zoo. The Himalayan vulture or Himalayan griffon vulture as it is called is an old world vulture native to the Himalayas and the adjoining Tibetan plateau. It is listed as near threatened on the International Union for Conservation of Nature or IUCN Red List. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding the Kuril Islands. Statement 1. It extends from the southern tip of the Kamchatka Peninsula to the northeastern corner of Hokkaido Island. And Statement 2. It separates the Sea of Okhotsk from the Pacific Ocean. You have to select the correct statement with the help of the given options, and options are A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, or D neither 1 nor 2. So the right answer is option C both 1 and 2. Recently, Kuril Islands were in news due to the dispute over them between Tokyo and Moscow. The archipelago extends for 750 miles or 1,200 kilometers from the southern tip of the Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia, to the northeastern corner of Hokkaido Island, Japan. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The 56 islands over 6,000 square miles and separates the Sea of Okhotsk from the Pacific Ocean. Hence, statement 2 is also correct. The chain is part of the belt of geologic instability circling the Pacific and contains at least 100 volcanoes, of which 35 are still active, and many hot springs. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question. Recently seen in the news, the ZARTH app has been developed by which of the following? A. National Institute for Nuclear Physics, Italy. B. Aryabhat Research Institute of Observational Sciences, Nainital. C. Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Cambridge. Or D. California Institute of Technology, California. And the right answer is option D, California Institute of Technology, California. Recently, a team of researchers led by Ashish Mahabal, an astronomer and the lead computational and data scientist at the Center for Data-Driven Discovery, California Institute of Technology, has developed an app that allows anyone with a smartphone to hunt for transients. The new app called ZARTH, short for ZTF, Augmented Reality Transient Hunter, is built along the lines of the augmented reality mobile game Pokemon Go. The app uses the open source sky map and adds data daily from the Zwicky Transient Facilities, that is ZTF, a robotic telescope at the Palomar Observatory in California. Palomar is also home to one of the oldest, largest, and most powerful telescopes in the world, the 200-inch Hale reflector. The ZTF scans the entire northern sky every 2 days and uses the data to make large area sky maps that have important applications in tracking near-Earth asteroids and studying supernova. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question. Recently, the term Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana or AVYAY was in the news. It is related to renewable resources, empowering senior citizen, biodiesel, or rural development. And the correct answer is option B, empowering senior citizen. Recently, the Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana or AVYAY was in news. It was introduced by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment as a comprehensive initiative aimed at empowering senior citizens in India. This scheme recognizes the invaluable contribution made by the elderly to society and seeks to ensure their well-being and social inclusion. Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana, an integrated program for senior citizens, provides financial assistance to eligible organizations for running and maintenance of senior citizen homes or continuous care homes to improve the quality of life of the senior citizens. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Consider the following statements regarding the Offshore Areas Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill 2023. Statement 1. It regulates mining and maritime zones of India. Statement 2. It allows the government to reserve offshore areas that are not held under any operating rights. And Statement 3. It also seeks to provide for the grant of production lease to the private sector without any auction. How many of these statements given above is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. Or D. None. And the correct answer is option B. Only 2. Recently, the Lok Sabha passed the Offshore Areas Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill 2023. The bill amends the Offshore Areas Mineral Development and Regulation Act 2002. The new bill regulates mining in maritime zones of India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It allows the government to reserve offshore areas that are not held under any operating rights. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The bill also allows the administering authority to grant a composite license or production lease to the government or a government company. It also seeks to provide for the grant of production lease to the private sector only through auction by competitive bidding. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Recently, the term Sahakar 22 was in the news. It is a mission to eradicate the manual scavenging completely in India by 2022. Mission to achieve the rural and farm prosperity through cooperatives by 2022. Mission to achieve 100% cold storage facility in India by 2022. Or award given to successful cooperatives which are in the right path of doubling farmers' income by 2022. So the correct answer is option B, mission to achieve the rural and farm prosperity through cooperatives by 2022. Recently, the Minister of Cooperation provided information about the Sahakar 22 in a written reply in the Lok Sabha. It is being implemented under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. It was initiated by the National Cooperative Development Corporation or NCDC. The NCDC has also implemented Yuva Sahakar, aiming at the young rural population through cooperatives. It is a mission to achieve the rural and farm prosperity through cooperatives by 2022. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Okay, let's move on to the last question. Sometimes seen in the news, which of the following has launched the Digital Police Portal? Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Cooperation, Ministry of Law and Justice, or Ministry of Planning? And the answer is option A, Ministry of Home Affairs. The National Crime Records Bureau or NCRB, under the administrative purview of the Ministry of Home Affairs, launched the Digital Police Portal on 21st August 2017. It provides the following citizen services at the central level: missing persons search, generate vehicle NOC, proclaimed offenders information, and locate nearest PS. The Ministry of Home Affairs has also launched the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal or NCRP on 30th August 2019, where citizens can report incidences of all types of cybercrimes, including cybercrimes against women and children. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Okay, now it's time for the practice question. Which of the following is not a part of Union list under the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution? And the options are A. Defense, B. International relations, C. Atomic energy and mineral resources, or D. Police. So don't forget to answer in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next session. Till then, Jai Hind.